In today's video, I'm building a Valentine's cafe in Bloxburg. And that is because this was by far the most recommended video for the day of love. And your guys' wish is my command. Also, just before we get into this adorable build, if you want your idea in a video, just subscribe to the channel and leave it in the comments. We'll name the plot, I think I'm in love again. So guys, this is the kind of layout I have going for my cafe. And this is what each room and sort of compartment is going to be. The first step is just adding the walls in. Super duper easy. And before I do anything, I need to find the perfect shade of pink. We all know Seashell. She's like kind of the iconic pink girly on Bloxburg. But I want like an even lighter, more pastel-y pink. And I think this is the one. And I'm even going to add this color permanently.
You are now one of my elite employees.
So first things first is pillars, and I think I'm going to use the recessed square pillar. It's all pink and white, and as you can see, it looks really nice around the sides of the cafe. For the doors, I'm going to do something a little crazy. And by crazy, I basically mean I'm going to be building some custom doors. People are normally a little afraid to do custom doors, but honestly, it's so easy, guys. You basically grab a basic cube, and we're going to make it quite like a crazy clown color so you can see what I'm doing with it. All you have to do is outline the door, and this is giving Never Portal. Then you just put the doors into place. Ta-da! And we've got ourselves some beautiful custom French doors. Now, I don't know if I'm gonna be able to fit through them. You know, I've been eating a lot of Valentine's Day cakes, but I can just about squeeze through them, so that passed the test. For the roof, I'm going pretty old school and just doing like a flat one, but I actually kind of wanted it to be layered, which I know it sounds insane, like a layered roof, but all it has to do is layer up like a little cake, and I think that is low-key serving, period.
Another day, another sleigh, period.
So I want to have a bike outside my cafe. Probably not like a quad bike. Next up, it is time for the wall trims. Now, since this is such a small build, it needs all the detail it can get. So for the wall trims, I'm actually going to use paintings. And I'm using this convex painting. And then all you have to do is type in a bit of gibberish. And this is going to give you a blank panel. And I've been using this a lot lately, but you basically then just outline it into a panel. But you do forget how expensive they are. But you've got to admit, that is looking absolutely stunning. And then for the windows, I want them to be like oval, but a square in like a... It's so hard to explain, guys. I'm so bad at explaining things. So what I mean by this is the actual windows themselves are going to be squares. But that just looks really boring. So I wanted to somehow add archways over the front of them. I discovered the other day this. I have never known that this is in the game before. Stupid little me used to go in here, grab the concave cubes, make archways, twist them around, when this whole entire time we've had an archway. However, the one thing is, as you can see, can't make it any thinner. Like, it's a bit too chunky. Looks like after shading these concaves, I'm gonna have to use them after all. And then if we use a thin cube to go up the side of them, do you guys understand now what I meant by an oval and a square all in one? So all we have to do is copy it over twice. It was actually really easy. Complete side note, but I'm sorry if you can hear rain in the background. The weather in England is just being typical England. Rain, rain, rain. I am sick of hearing it. But on the bright side, how amazing does this look? I then thought we should probably go into the news section and actually look what they've added for Valentine's Day and if we can use any of it. And I came across this. Probably the most beautiful door frame I've ever seen. However, when we put it there, I think it's ruining the vibe. We're definitely going to use this, but I think inside rather than outside. And even these heart danglers don't look that good. So instead, we're actually going to be using more basic shapes. I have never done this before, guys. I have no idea if this is going to work. Basically, stack flowers and try to make like a flower wall display. Basically, I'm going to put a bunch of these basic thin cubes, like sort of going up in a triangle pattern. I'm then going to put tulips on each of them, making sure that they're obviously not sticking through. I've just placed a few for now to see if it works, and it does. And you know what this means, guys? We're going to have to become a Minecrafter and plant a bunch of tulip, farm all of them. And this actually took me about 1,000 years, but it's done. And let's see how many I gathered. Oh, 40 40 should be enough, right? I'm hoping so anyway. So if you didn't really understand what I said earlier, because I did make it sound confusing, I've basically got a bunch of these transparent cubes. All you have to do is place the tulips from your inventory on top of these. And I can't believe I've never thought to do this before. It's like the sickest idea ever. And there's definitely an easier way of doing this, but I'm too thick to discover it. And then I'm just going to color mine, I think, pink and white. And I love how you can have multiple colors on this as well. But look, now if I just copy and paste them like this, it's basically just saved me about 20 minutes. If you're wondering, Reese's, how do you know where to put them? I don't know. I do not know. I'm literally just clicking and hoping for the best. And as you can see, the whole thing cost about 7 grand. Absolute steal, if you ask me. And for some reason, it still feels like this isn't enough. So to finish it off with a couple of structural beams, now all we really need to do is copy that onto the other side. First of all, we've got to put in the panels again, then the windows, then the arches, which to be fair, were actually really easy. I thought this was going to take 1,000 years. I thought I was going to have to use the one eternity later.
One eternity later.
I have actually spent 1 hour, guys, building literally 2 walls, but I wanted it to be detailed, you know. The next thing we're going to add is the decal on the front, which is going to have the name of the cafe. I don't know what the name is going to be. It's whatever Bloxburg really has to offer me. Oh, I love that. Finally, I'm trying to work out what those things are called that hang down from the cafe. It's called a scalloped fabric awning. Okay, how the hell was I meant to guess that? But it does look good with this pink and white candy floss color. The whole point of having this bit out here and like these lines was to actually symbolize that we're going to have some outdoor seating. And since we're being fancy schmancy over here, we are also going to outline it with some of these ornate stone railings. And then this is where it gets weird. We've got like a triangular shape. So I don't really know what I'm doing here, but it kind of worked. It kind of worked. Get out of here, mailbox. And this is so aesthetic. I'm going to explode. So we're going to use these outdoor tables. These are incredibly cheap, but sometimes cheaper is better. And what have they changed about these roses? They still look exactly the same to me, but apparently they've revamped it. I don't know. We'll also have one of these cute heart centerpieces. I think inside we're going to use booths. But I was wondering, maybe, just maybe, it actually kind of looks good on the outside like that. That actually looks really lovely. And why have I frozen? My computer crashed. I am back, guys. Bloxburg just couldn't handle how good this build was getting. It's backspaced a load of my work. Excuse me. For anyone who watches like all my videos, isn't this so much better than my normal build? Any new people watching this are gonna think I'm a pro builder. I mean, I am a pro builder, guys.
Bombastic side eye.
I mean, typical Reese's, I had to add some rose bushes as well. This is the part when I place on my rose bushes. Let's head inside. I still don't know where we should put this light. Like, I just don't know. I'm thinking maybe behind the counter. I'd always advise using the rustic furniture set when doing a cafe. It's just like the most wholesome one. And we will be serving cupcakes and muffins and all that kind of stuff. So we're going to need a nice big oven. And yeah, that looks perfect over there. Would it be cute to actually have hearts as the countertops? I think I'm going to do it purely because this is one of the only builds where that's going to be acceptable. And then as far as cabinets go, we can obviously only have 2 on the side. And I was thinking to fix this weird voided gap, we'll put basic cubes. Next up, we're gonna add the wall decor. Now, when I was in a Starbucks, I think it was Starbucks anyway, it's a random coffee shop the other day. I just wanted like a cake or something. They had really cool frying pans on the wall and they were like really aesthetic blue colors. We're gonna put them today. And can anybody guess what I'm gonna do next? That's right, custom marble. And again, I just look up marble, guys. You always ask me for my decal codes, but I don't actually have any. And for once, I don't think I'm gonna do an island. I'm actually gonna use the plain counters. I know. You must think I've been possessed or something. But I'm doing it so we can actually wrap around some fences. And it looks uneven, but it also looks like it's meant to be uneven, you know? Like it's meant to have a gap there. We will then have 2 cashiers going at once. Commercial display case. The floor in here, oh, I'm having an existential crisis trying to work out what I should do. Part of me is saying large checkers, and honestly, I'm here for it. Now, it's almost impossible to see with this lighting, but once I've added all of these in, it actually looks really really nice. Next up, we'll add the wall panels because I low-key forgot to add these. We also can't forget to leave space for the doors that are going to be going into the kitchen and the bathroom. And I'm using the modern fence gate, obvi, because I've just become obsessed with it lately. This part over here, I want to do next. This is basically going to be what I like to call the cake storage cabinet 3000. I'm going to delete this wall just for now to make it a little bit easier for myself. And we're going to grab in this shelf. This is basically going to be a gorgeous cake display where we are going to have lots of cake, but it's going to be hidden behind glass. That is because there's a lot of thieves in Bloxburg, guys. Bloxburg is a very crime-infested town. No, I'm joking. But when people see food, they will want to steal it. Now, without giving too much away, I'm looking down. We're going to go into my content and search up cake. Look at the scam this is, guys. It says there's candles in it there, but when you actually place it, no candles. That is a scam.
Did you see what I did there?
It's a scam.
But I then, yeah, just placed a bunch of more cakes in here. Voila! How gorgeous does that look? And when I was placing this, guys, it kind of unlocked a memory for me. Now, I don't think I'll have any pictures of it, but back in the day, underneath my house, I had what I called a food vault, which was basically, I'm not even exaggerating, hundreds of these cabinets. And in each one, I would have lined up lobsters, pork chops. And one day, my friend robbed me. I say friend. We were not friends after this. She came in to my pantry and she stripped the place bare. And I never forgave her, guys. Okay, guys, I am back because it crashed again and I accidentally just filmed loads without knowing. So basically what I just did, because the camera cut off, was I added in all of these glass bits for the cake. I then added in all of these roof beams as well. It took me a little bit of time to get them right because they were going mental, chicken oriental. And then I added in the sofas and these plants. Yeah, it looks like I've done a lot more than I actually have. But I was just about to move on to the toilet. But just before we go onto those inside rooms, I low-key forgot about the car park. So it doesn't have to be anything special at all. It actually can be really, really simple. And of course, we're going to be surrounding it with these rose bushes. I'm just going to add a bit of vinage, but it's going to be pink vines. So obviously it's like fake and it's just meant to look like vines. So with that done, let's go in and do the kitchen. This is where all of those Valentine's Day treats are going to be made. Oh, I've opened the server up. Wow, people are joining quick and people are giving me money. But as I was saying, this back bit is also going to have the fridge because obviously this front bit does not yet have a fridge in it. And also, if you guys are wondering how to get into my videos, because I don't have a Discord server or anything yet, what I basically do is, it's so old school, I just post it on my Instagram story. So if you want to be in a future video, just go over and follow me on Instagram. Like, that's literally the way to get in the vids. I also want to serve French fries and stuff here, so we'll have a couple of these fryers. And oh my gosh, look at everyone parked outside. Wear pink Valentine's outfits if passed. I'm so excited for you guys to come in and see this. Oh my days. Also, I don't want to forget sinks because hygiene is got to be important in cafes. If you find out the cafe you go to is like rat infested and stuff, then you're not going to go to it anymore. So we've got to make sure that doesn't happen here. And I almost forgot the door into the pantry, guys. This is going to be the most simple room y'all have ever set your eyes on. Like, seriously, y'all.
Like, seriously, y'all.
And then finally, we have the bathroom. And I think we should do this light pink color that we discovered at the beginning, but obviously in like tile form. In here, I am gonna splash the cash, break the bank account a little bit with a Victor's chandelier. And this is gonna be an open bathroom, which basically means it's not gonna have cubicles or anything. And since the worst thing that can happen to you in a public toilet is running out of toilet paper, I'm gonna add a stack to make sure that never ever happens. We'll have a basin over in the corner in case you just suddenly decide you want to wash your bum or something. And then I guess we'll finish this off with like a couple vines. And with that, guys, my Valentine's Day cafe is done. And look at all of my guests ready to come look around. So let's go and do just that. So I told you guys to wear Valentine's Day outfits. Is that a gorilla? Just before we go inside, this is worth 400 grand. So this is what it looks like from the exterior. From the roses on the front door to the gorgeous archways and the rose bushes. So you'd walk up the front pathway, and before even coming to sit outside, you would probably go in to take your order. And so when you come inside, it is beautiful. And honestly, it kind of looks better with everyone in here, like living our best pink life. And I think Thank you, Millie, saying this is incredible. As you can see from the overview, once again, it is a really nice aesthetic. I personally love like these massive booths over here. There's just so much room for everyone. Not only do we have these gorgeous seats on the side, we also have the car park. Now, I will admit this side is not the best, and especially not the back. But if we head back inside, let's go and make an order. Wow, these guys are really good workers, Millie, Victoria, and Leah. But yeah, behind the counter is looking so stunning. In here is the kitchen. So this is where probably be a staff only area, but for now it's just a free for all. And then in there is obviously the pantry. And somebody said, it's nice, it's different, it's unusual. If you need a number 2, you can come into this gorgeous toilet, which doesn't really have much privacy, and you can let it all out. So there we have it, guys. That was me building this gorgeous cafe in Bloxburg. If you guys like the video, do subscribe. Thanks to everyone who watched it, and I'll see you all in the next one.